In this masterclass, we will be covering some of the basic tutorial on graphic design using the platform GIMP, a free alternative to Adobe Photoshop, so that you can sharpen your skills in a variety of visual style and convey your idea to the right audiences in an effective and yet beautiful way. Also, we have some surprises for you at the end of the session, so please stay tuned to learn more about this. To make sure that we are helping you as best as we can, we have a chat box to source your question, as you can see on the right side of your screen. Feel free to drop any question regarding the topic or share your struggles and experiences. We will try our best to answer your question by the end of the session. So, and also don't worry about making the notes immediately, since we will send you the meetings recording right after the presentation. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to this lecturer, Sarah Ashraf. Now, Sarah is an industrial design student who has an extensive knowledge of creative design and has been working on said software throughout her life. Today, she will be focusing on the introduction of basic tools on GIMP and how to design a beautiful and yet beautiful poster in some simple steps. So let's dive into it. Over to you, Sarah.
Hi guys, so she just introduced me. My name is Sara and I'm going to be your instructor for today. So today I'm just going to be teaching you the very basic tools of GIMP, and I will be showing you a poster as a demonstration that I'm going to create with you in order to showcase all the skills that I'm going to be teaching you, or not all of them, but a majority of them, and the very important ones. Also, we will be taking a break halfway through because I don't want to overwhelm you guys, because there will be a lot of talking and there will be a lot of demonstration. So I'm just going to set a timer, and okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Can you guys see my screen? I hope so. Okay,
yes, we can.
Okay, cool. So basically, this is GIMP, and GIMP is divided into 5 main sections, and the 5 main sections are the toolbox, which is right over here, and the tool options, which are like right over here. This is the canvas, and this is the layers, channels, and paths area, and above that is the brushes, pattern, font. What does that keep happening? Patterns, fonts, and history. So basically for the toolbox, this is where like it contains all the tools that you're going to be using. And then over here in the tool options, it's the settings for the tools that you will be using. And this is the canvas where everything like the image or the composition that you're going to create is on there. And for the layers, channels, and paths, this is just like, it's very self-explanatory. You have the layers here. You have the channels and you have the paths. I will get into explaining what a majority of these things are, so don't worry about that. And then these are the brushes, patterns, fonts, and history. The names are very self-explanatory as well. So obviously brushes, patterns, fonts, and history. So I'm gonna go into what each of these like little sections are and what the details of them are. So for, by the way, guys, I have like a little note thing on the side that I'm going to keep referring to because there's a lot that I'm going to like talk to you about. I will send this at the end of the lesson or tutorial. So don't worry about it. I know it's a lot, but everything that I'm going to be referencing, you will see, but towards the very end. So basically for the toolbox there, it's divided into 4 sections, and basically there's the selection tool, there's the paint tool, the transformation tools, and there's other tools. So for the selection tools, it's very, very obvious like what it is. It's literally a selection tool, like you select your objects that you want with it, and you can also isolate the selected objects, etc. And the painting tools, obviously they are tools that you use to paint. So it could be like paint brushes, you know, paint bucket tool, etc. And the transformation tools, it just allows you to transform things, you know, apply a path, apply a layer, etc. And for the other tools, it has many other functions like zooming in and zooming out, etc. So basically, there's also the main menu, which is at the top over here. So you can see file, edit. This is for Mac at least. I'm not really sure how it applies to Windows, but usually, Usually there is, sorry, I got a call. Usually there are like, for Windows, you have this stuff as well. So there's file, edit, select, view, image, whatever it is. And in my opinion, the three most important things in the main menu are file, colors, and filters. I will be explaining what they are. So for files, it's very important because this is the area where you get to create a new canvas or whatever it is. This is where you save your work, and this is where you export your work. You can send your work through email, etc. And then for for color, sorry, this is like where you get to edit your pictures. Now, because I'm personally also like a photographer, I tend to use this area a lot because, when you edit a photo, it obviously like accentuates the photo, or you can make it better and things like that. And then for filters, you can literally apply filters to photos or text, and things like that. So there's a lot of like popular filters that people tend to use, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not, but so there's basically like for blur, there's like Gaussian blur, and there is like enhance, so you can sharpen and unsharpen a picture. There's also light and shadow, so literally like you apply light and shadow to the picture. I usually use like vignette, and I also use like long shadow and drop shadow. There's also map, and then there's also like little planet, which it like literally looks, it makes the image look like it's a planet, but it's not like very how do I say this, important. Yeah. And then there's also animation, which is very like, it's used a lot when people tend to create a lot of like animated works. So yeah, so basically, this is a very important part, and I feel like I need to mention it as one of the very few things before I begin with explaining how to do everything. Layers. Layers is literally the most important part of GIMP because everything you do comes in layers. So let's say that you have a picture that's going to be in a layer by itself. You have text that's going to be in a layer by itself. So basically, what I'm gonna be explaining everything now, but for layers, like what I heavily recommend is that I'm just gonna select something. Okay, so as you can see, this is the background. Please leave the background as is. Do not touch it. Make a new layer, and the way that you make a new layer is by pressing this button over here. If you hover your mouse over the button over here, it like usually text comes up, and hold on. Text comes up and it shows you what the button is about. So over here it says create a new layer and add it to the image. So what you want to do is you want to create a layer, and then renaming the layer is heavily important, because when you have too many layers, and let's say that you want to move on to one specific layer to edit something, you're going to be like, okay, like where is this layer? So if you rename it, you're going to know exactly what you're looking for, and it's going to be very easy to like find it, and I'll show how that works. So here, because I previously used GIMP, I created a layer like named Mochi, but like let's just say a new layer thing, I don't know. See, it comes up over here, and basically these checkered boxes means that the layer is transparent because there's nothing in the layer. And let's say that I want to like add like, I don't know, a picture. Okay, I'm gonna add a picture of my cat. So I'm gonna use like funny pictures for the cat to keep you guys like interested. Also, the cat is okay. Don't worry about him. He's a very spoiled cat. So you can see over here that the name of this picture itself is called Mochi1. And over here, it's a layer by itself, but that's because I selected it as a layer by itself. I'll explain that later, but you can see that there's like different layers. So if I want to add like another image, hold on, actually, I want to create like a completely new template. And I usually prefer using A3. I'll explain how to create a new template in a little bit, but this is just for an example for now. I want to open its layers, and I want to select this image as a layer. So the image is right here, and I want to add another layer. So I'll just select this image as well. Um, I would like to explain Mochi is okay. He likes getting his face grabbed. Anyways, yeah, so you can see that these are two separate pictures and you know, I can easily move them, whatever. However, they are two separate layers. So you can see Mochi 1, which is this picture right here, and Mochi 3 is this picture right here. Two completely different layers. And for basically the eye over here, this eye is basically another way of hiding a layer. And basically it's like, you know, you close your eyes, you can't see anything, hence like the eye. So like if you press it, the eye disappears, meaning that the layer is like not there. It's still there, but you're just not putting it in view. So like, yeah. And then if I don't want any layers, then, you know, this means that the background is empty. There's nothing within the background because I removed it. Anyways, yeah. So I'm not deleting the layers, they're still there. I'm just taking them out of view. And if you want to export your work and you want the layers to be there, you have to make sure that they're in view and they're not like out of view. Because if they're not, like, let's say I just export this, like this picture of Mochi 3, and like I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever, the layer of Mochi 1 in this picture isn't there, like then it's just gonna export as like, and it's just gonna export as like Mochi 3. So if I put Mochi 1 and Mochi 3 together, they're gonna be there. Now for the layers, does that keep going up there? Now for the layers, basically what you can do is that you can right click them and then a whole bunch of options are going to come up. For the important ones that you need to know are duplicate the layer and merge down the layer and delete the layer. So basically what I'm going to explain what those three things are. So obviously like delete the layer is very obvious. You literally delete the layer, like permanently gone. Can't do that. So let me just Control Z. Control Z or Command Z on Mac specifically is a way to undo your work. So like, let's say I make a mistake, I'm just gonna automatically press Command Z to undo. Anyways, so I'm gonna merge this picture of Mochi 3 down with this picture. So both of these pictures now, instead of being two separate layers, they're one layer only. And the way that you can test this out, you could literally just move it around. I also moved the background, my bad. Yeah, you can just move this around. Yeah, so that's only one layer. And then let's just say I need to rename it. So I double clicked it. So I'm on Mochi 1 and Mochi 3. So yeah, again, like it's literally just one layer. Also, yeah, the one thing that is super, super important for you to know as well is the order of the layers. So let's say I want to add this picture of Mochi 4. I love this picture. So here it is. And Mochi 4 is above this one. So I'm just gonna say 2 pictures. And yeah, so the 2 pictures layer is underneath the Mochi 4 layer. So I'm gonna hide the Mochi 4 layer. You can see what's underneath, right? That layer because I removed it. If I put it now, you can see it. So like, let's say that I move 2 pictures above Mochi 4. Now the Mochi 4 is gonna go behind the layer of 2 pictures. So the more that things are above, the more that like it's gonna like be on top. So like think of it as like building blocks. So like you have a block over here and you put a block on the top. Obviously, like, you know, it's gonna be there. But if you remove the block on the top and you put it at the bottom, then it's obviously gonna be at the bottom. Just think of it that way. Yeah, and again, like please just leave the background as is. Always make sure to rename your layers and do not touch the background. Leave it as is. And this very quickly again, viewing, not viewing, putting it away. Yeah, so again, like you have, in order to be able to use GIMP, you need to know how to use the layers, and I just taught you how to use very like the very basics of the layers. Obviously, if you want to edit the layer itself and you want to add like effects and etc., it would be best if you just go find a tutorial on the internet. You can find plenty of tutorials on GIMP for like more advanced things. I'm not going to be going into like modes and stuff because that's a lot. But yeah, so now that I have discussed the name, the layers, I'm going to start talking about the very basic rules and how to just use GIMP overall. So I'm gonna delete discard changes, discard changes. Okay, so basically now my canvas is completely clean. It's on a clean slate and I want to create something. So how am I gonna create the canvas or the thing in the back that I'm gonna be using, right? So what you press is File and then New. And then there's like many sizes of different templates that you can pick. There's A0, A1, A2, A3. And obviously the more the number gets smaller, the more the sizing gets bigger. But I personally prefer to use A3 for all my projects, unless like something else has been asked. And then if you scroll down, you can find a lot more like templates. So you can find something for like Apple, iPhone, etc. And for some reason, there's toilet paper and CD covers. So that's very interesting. But basically, I just use A3 because it's the most easiest thing in my opinion. And if the template that you don't want is like there, or I mean, the template that you do want is not there, and you have the specific like size, the size of the thing, like you can straight up just Google it. Let's say that you want the size of, I don't know, like a table, right? Just Google it and then select the measuring thing you want. So there's inches, millimeters, points, but you need to know the width and the height. So like this isn't like set. So if I type in like, I don't know, this number, crazy numbers, it's gonna come up. But I don't want that. I just want to pick A3. And wait, cancel. So you can also pick whether you want it to be a portrait or landscape by pressing these. I think it's very obvious which one is landscape and which one's portrait. I always like to use portrait because that's just what a lot of like projects usually are. But when I like to draw, because I draw, I tend to like to use landscape. So, but for projects, always portrait. So over here are like advanced options. You just press this. Okay. Right? So you can pick like different color spaces that you want, and then there's so many things over here, but you don't really need it unless you want to mess with the background color. So let's say that I want like a transparent background. I'll just select that here, but I don't want a transparent background. I want a white background, so I'm gonna press here. And then the common thing is very irrelevant. You don't need that. And then over here, this is very important. So the more pixels there are, the more precise and high quality your work is going to be. I usually just pick like 16 or 8. It doesn't matter. But yeah. Also for color space, there's grayscale and RGB, and then there's color profile like built-in RGB. Usually you want to use RGB for projects that are, on the screen itself. However, if you want to print something, then use CMYK, and usually you can like select it. But right now we're just gonna use the RGB. And also why CMYK? That's because the printing color is the ink. It comes in CMYK, so it's more accurate. And yeah, and you can't change these presets whatsoever. Once you have already made the document, it's just going to be as is from the very beginning that you made it. So again, I just want to pick A3, and then I'm going to press OK. And then I'm just going to press OK. And then here's the A3 background that I want to use. Now you can see over here that there's like a little tab. So if I want to open up like a new document, I'm going to make it like a different preset. I don't know, let's pick A6. Okay. You can see over here that there's like 2 different documents. This one is the A6 one, this one is the A3 one. It's literally like tabs. So if like you're using like the internet or whatever, there's tabs. You just close that one if you don't want it anymore. But you can work on 2 separate projects at the exact same time, which is like really nice, I guess. That's a very nice thing about GIMP. And then, yeah, so let's say that you have created your thing now and you want to save it. So you're going to press file, and then you're going to press save, and then you just like select where you want it, and I want it like in GIMP, and then I'm gonna press like tutorial. I can't spell it. I'm just gonna keep it as this. I don't care. So I'm just gonna keep it as that, and then you can see the name of of the thing up here, and the presets that you have already chosen previous to this. So yeah, and then you can also save as. Wait, I'm just saving, and then I want to press save as, right? So basically, one thing that is really important to know is that you can select the file type that you want when you save something. Sorry, yeah, for export. So basically, when you export the file that you want, and you don't want it to be in the GIMP form, you basically can like just press select file type and then by extension, and then it brings you a whole bunch of like presets that you can save them in. So there's a TIFF, there's a WEBP, and then there's PDF, which is very popular. There's PSD, which is the Photoshop format. So if you save it as PSD, then you can open it on Photoshop itself. And there's JPEG, which I usually like use to export my stuff in, and PDF as well, because they're like the two most common ones and the two most requested ones. But if you want to do it in like something else, then sure, there's practically, I think, all the types over here. And also if you want to create like a GIF or something, you can see that the extension over here is like GIF, and you can see that thing is a GIF image. But I don't want to export anything right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The important parts for that's the important parts for file. But there's also one thing, and it's basically open as layers. So you saw me do that earlier, and basically what I was doing, I was just selecting like a picture, and I was just like putting it in as a layer itself. So if you just press like select as layer, open as layer, my bad, then you have it just literally opens up as a layer, but this is only applicable to pictures. So yeah, also guys, it's been like 20 minutes, so I kind of just want to give you guys a break because I feel like I've been talking so much. After the break, I'm gonna be showing you like the tools and how to use them, and I will be showing you a poster as an example. I'm very sorry that this part was like very boring, but next part will be like more interesting because I'm actually like gonna show work. So yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing this right now. I'm gonna give you guys like a 10-minute break. Should I give 10-minute break? Okay, I'll give you guys like a 10-minute break, and then yeah. Okay. Bye guys, see you later. Hi guys. Hope you had a good break. It's a very long 10-minute break. Anyways, I think now I'm gonna go back to teaching GIMP and I will be showing you how to use the tools now. So finally, more exciting stuff. Yay. Anyways, okay. So right now, according to my notes, I am going to quickly teach you guys how to just add a picture very quickly because I don't remember if I taught that or not, but I think I did, but I'm just gonna recap it really quickly. You just press file, open as layers, and then you literally just select the picture that you want. So I don't know, I just want this cat with a pizza. Okay, so actually, this is a very important thing that I need to mention. So let me just get, wait, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen? I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Because I just got a notification that said you guys could just see my screen right now. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this key or not. Hold on. Okay, I'm not very sure why that's not zooming in, but that's like really weird. Okay. Basically, oh geez, what's happening? Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm zooming in. Okay, perfect. This is the key, the / key. Basically, this key is super, super, super important because I don't edit my toolbox at all. Toolbox is customizable. I don't care about that personally for me because I have this key. And what this key does is literally like a search thing. So I'm gonna press the search thing here and then you can see over here. So let's say I want to start talking about I don't know, my scale tool. Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna type in scale over here and then it brings up all the tools, etc. So I just literally just click it and then it does the thing for me. Also, if you make a thing, a canvas, if you press over, like if you look at the bottom over here, this is how you can like zoom in and zoom out of your canvas. So I usually just keep it like 25 so I can see 12.5 to see the whole thing, but you can type in like your own thing. So let's say I want to make it like 20, it's gonna zoom in like 20%, but I just put it 12.5 because I can see everything that's going on. Let me just delete this layer and this layer. Okay, so you can see that this cat pizza, I'm renaming the layer as I should. So basically for the scale tool, I'm gonna start teaching the basic tools. And for the scale tool, I press the picture and now basically scaling makes it bigger or smaller, right? Also, I really hope you guys are cat people because I have a lot of cat pictures here. Anyways, yeah. So this is literally just the scale picture, the scale tool. You make it bigger, smaller. All you got to do is just press it. Now, if I want to rotate this, I'm gonna press here and then rotate. Okay, so then here I'm gonna press this again, and then you can just do that. It's rotating. And then if you see this thing in the middle over here, this thing literally just moves the image, which is cool. And then you can reset this. So yeah, now I'm gonna start talking about the selection tools and then, yeah. So basically for the selection tools, right, you have a rectangle select and I can't say that word. I can't say it. It doesn't matter. Thank you. Anyways, so I'm gonna use the rectangle selection tool, and it's literally you just select a piece of the thing, a picture. And what this does is you can also isolate what it is that you are using. So I isolated this piece and I can like scale the inside. It just creates like an extra, image. It's still unfortunately on the same layer, but you can scale that one certain picture. You can also use the LE plus tool. Let's say I want to do like the cat's eye. I do the movement thing. Okay, whoops. Right? I want to scale it. So here. The cat's eye is like right here. It takes a piece of the thing because it's a floating selection. There's different things you can do. But basically when it's like a floating selection over here, you can turn this separate layer thing into a literal layer by itself by pressing like new layer. So now the cat is missing an eye. So let's delete, let's write it down and then delete it. Okay. So there's also a free select tool, which I will show you now. Let's pick a cool picture. Okay. I have a lot of cat pictures. Anyways, so if I want this picture, also you can see that the picture is like bigger than the canvas itself, which is like, okay, it's fine because it's like, once the picture like goes off of the perimeters of the canvas, the picture is gonna get cropped like where the canvas stops. So you can see this is the original size, like the yellow line is the original size of the actual thing itself. But yeah, anyways, so I want to do free select. So basically free selection is very, I don't know, it's very obvious to me at least. And basically you can freely select the tool that you want, but you have to make sure that you, once you start at a point, you have to go back to that point. Like you have to make a whole, not circle, but a whole shape and then go back to the original starting point. Because it closes the shape and then the computer's like, okay, I know what this is. So a free selection over here, I just selected this cat. Yeah. So that's the free selection thing. It's obviously going to be so much more easier if you do free selection with like if you have a Wacom or I don't know, like a tablet and you have like a pen, it gives you more freedom with a pen, more easy. Anyways, yeah, let's delete this layer now. And then, so basically you can still see that there's a selection, right? So you just press, if you don't want that selection anymore, because obviously I don't, there's no picture anymore. I'm gonna press select and then I'm gonna press none and then it cancels all the selection that you have. And let's say that I want to, okay, let me put another picture. I'm gonna put, do I have a new picture? Okay, yeah. Let's what, say I wanna put the picture of Mochi too. Okay, I'm gonna make it bigger using the scaling option. I'm gonna press in, I'm gonna hit enter to, you know, not finalize the thing, but just put it there. And then I'm gonna press select and then all. So it's selecting every single thing on the canvas, including the background. So yeah, and if I don't want to select that anymore, I'm just gonna press none, and then you can see that the color, the edge, the dashes on the side are gone. And also, if you can see that there's like, hold on, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see that there's like dashes on the side over here. And that means that you are on that specific layer. Because you can see that like I'm not on the background layer, but if I am on the background layer, the dashes are going to move to it. It's basically like just showing you what layer you are on. That's it really. So yeah, and then let's do the paint bucket tool. So let's, oh, oops, I don't want to go there, my bad. Butterfingers. Anyways, let's say I want to make, I don't know, rectangle, right? I'm gonna hide this picture of Mochi because I don't need it. I'm gonna use the selection tool. I'm gonna make a rectangle and then I'm gonna use the paint bucket tool, which, yeah, bucket fill. It's called bucket fill on GIMP. And then basically for the colors over here, this is how you know like what colors that you're gonna use or like the colors that you have filled out. So I want black, right? But if I want to change that black, I'm gonna press I'm gonna double click the black twice, obviously double click. And then I'm just gonna select like the color I want. You can also type in your HTML notation over here. So if there's like a specific special color that you want. And then there's also like different, you know, presets or whatever it is that you have. I just prefer to like use this because it's so much more easier unless I have a very specific color that I want to use, which is HTML notation. And then over here, you're going to see all the colors that you previously used. And you can tell that I've used yellow before. So I'm just going to select yellow. And then I'm literally just going to press inside over here and then, oh, it gets filled up. That's, that's it. for that. Now, if I want to switch, if I want to switch between the colors, so if I don't want to use yellow anymore and I want to use white, and let's say I want to actually use a different color, I don't know, I'll just like use this faded pink. I just change that and I press here. Okay, and then it changes. You can also do this with the LE plus, I don't know, tool, and then just bucket tool, and then you just fill it up. And because I didn't do it on like, I didn't do the circle on a separate layer, it's just like behind the rectangle, and it's like one entity now, basically. I can't divide the circle from the square, and I have to like restart. But anyways, so let's say that I don't want to use the pink and the white anymore, and I just want white and black. I mean the yellow and the pink anymore, and I just want it to be like white and black, right? I'm just gonna press this like little mini white to black thing over here, and it's just gonna reset it to white and black, and that's literally it. And then let's just merge that down, and oh, I accidentally merged that with the background. Okay, so we're gonna delete the layer, and then we're gonna delete that layer too, and then we are going to deselect everything. So we also have the paintbrush tool, which is literally here. You just type in here paintbrush. And basically what paintbrush is literally acts like a regular paintbrush, and then you could just paint anything you want. And then over here on the tool options, which I mentioned before, you can select the sizing of it. You can select the aspect ratio of it. The aspect ratio just decreases or like increases like the height. Yeah, no wait, the width, the width of it. And it like, yeah, so if I make it skinny, like look, this is what it's gonna do. If I make it super thick, which, oh no, I'm drawing on the background. Don't be like me, guys. I'm just gonna create a new template because that's just so much more easier. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna close this tab. Charges. So many people are coming. Anyways, yeah, so I changed like the aspect ratio, and then I made it all like towards the very end of the spectrum. Now it's instead of going like that, it's like this. If I go like this, yeah. You could also change the angle of the thing. So here, you could also change another angle. You could also change the spacing between everything. So you can like create a very nice pattern. Let's make the spacing like even smaller. I mean, it creates more, you know, yeah. Anyways, yeah. And then there's the eraser tool, which is godsend. I love the eraser tool because, yeah. But by the way, once you have already like messed with the tool presets or the tool options, it's like, and let's say you want to move on to another tool, like I just was using the paintbrush tool and now I'm using the eraser tool. Now it's just going to be like the exact same thing that I had. So force, let's increase the force to remove stuff. And then let's increase the size and let's change the aspect ratio. Let's reset it. You just reset everything by just pressing that, and it just resets it. And then automatically it was as is, but obviously we want a big brush because again, I drew on the background. The one thing I keep warning you guys to not do, I keep doing myself. Oops, my bad. Okay, I was gonna say not the background. And then there's, oh right, there's the smudge tool. Let's use this bunny picture I mentioned. Let's make it bigger. And then we're gonna hit enter, obviously, because we're entering it. Why does that keep going up? Anyways, yeah, so we want the smudge tool. And literally, I find that the smudge tool is like one of the coolest tools here because I've used it a bunch of times, and I actually used one of the smudge tool to not cheat, but I had to draw for one of my assignments because I was in another university, and then I was like, dude, I'm really not bothered to do that. So I literally just got pictures, and then I just smudged the picture, kind of made it kind of blurry to make it kind of look like a drawing. and it worked. I got full marks, so there's that. But I really like the smudge tool. And then let's just say I want to reset everything that I did to Mochi. I'm going to say slash dodge. This is, yeah. So for burn slash dodge, what you're doing is you're kind of like lightening pixels. It's as if like you have a picture and then you're like, you have fire over it and then you're like trying to burn that picture. Like, you know, it goes kind of light, right? This is the exact same case here. It's literally just slowly whitening pixels. Oh, I accidentally activated Siri. I don't, no. Okay, I don't proceed. Anyways, so I think that's like it for the very, very basic tools. There's so many more, but not enough time for that. Yeah, so now I actually kind of want to show you guys an example of a poster. And I'm going to be using other tools that aren't very basic, but they're very like helpful to know. So we're just going to start this off by having a gradient. Obviously, this poster is not going to be like, you know, great or anything because I'm just using an example, right? So basically for the gradient, obviously it's colors, and I have two colors that, you know, I'm using for the gradient. So I already have like set colors that I decided I wanted, and then I'm gonna write them over here. And then I have that, and then I press X, because if you press X, it changes between these colors. That's just like a little shortcut. And then for the white, I want 37, A3, B4. Okay, a lot of people are coming. Anyway, so the way that you use this gradient is that you press it and then you just kind of like go down, and then it creates like obviously a gradient. You can see the difference between the colors, and you can like mess around with this gradient. You can see like which way you like it best. You could do that. You could do whatever it is you want. So yeah, you drop down and pick radial. Okay, and then over here for the grade, oh, there's a lot of people. Here for the gradient, you have like different shapes, I suppose you can say. So you have like, I'm just gonna pick radial, and it's more like circular. Like you can see like what the gradient is gonna kind of like look like. So like, let's say I pick spiral, I can mess around with the spiral and make it look like that. If I say, we just had linear because it's like the default one, but I want radial because it's a circle and I like that a lot. Anyways, yeah. So I'm just gonna hit enter, and then now I'm going to insert pictures. And basically what I want is I'm gonna open this layers, and then I'm gonna go for mango. And then I'm going to choose this, right? And then I'm going to scale this mango. Okay, I'm going to scale this mango and then this mango smoothie. And then I'm just going to hit enter. Then mango smoothie. And then here it is, a layer by itself. And then I want to use colors actually. And then I'm gonna say curves. And then you can, for curves, basically what you're doing is that you're playing with like the brightness and you're playing with the values of the picture, obviously. So I actually have a bunch of stuff that I inputted in here. And then for the input, I'm gonna press 126. And then for the output is 96. You don't have to follow these particular numbers. It's just numbers that I like because I was messing around with this and I found that I really like this. So I'm just gonna hit OK, and then automatically you could say that it changed, right? So now we have, wait, let's do gradient. Okay, so please don't forget to save your work and to rename your layers. It's very important. So let's say mango smoothie. Okay, and then now we want to clean up the picture because you can see that there's this over here. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna right click the mango layer. By the way, you don't have to do any of this. It's just an idea for you to have. And then we're gonna press alpha to selection. And then you can see that it, like this entire layer, everything in it got selected, right? So we're gonna press select, and then we are going to press shrink. Shrink. Yeah, here. And then we are going to make it pixels and as 2. And then it should clean up now. And then just delete from, I need to hit delete from the keyboard. And then select none. Oh, it didn't clean up, it's okay. Anyways, yeah. So now we just press eraser because I want to remove this little thing over here and I don't like that. So we're literally just wiping that off of the layer. Yeah, and then, okay, so this is actually a very, very interesting thing that I really like to do. I really like to add shadows to my objects, especially when like I'm creating an ad or whatever, because this isn't the first time that I've had to like make an advertisement or whatever it is. So obviously create a new layer, name it shadow, and then change, hold on. Change colors to default, then press the menu colors. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is that we are going to get the pen. And then what we're gonna do is that we are going to aspect the ratio to 9. Yep. And then we want the size 1, and then we want the spacing. And we want the hardness to 20. So basically for shadows, you don't want the hardness to be very like, you know, there, because it's a shadow, it needs to be like shadowy, not like just solid black, right? And then the force, you don't want it to be very forceful either, so you want the force to be 43. And then you just kind of like press, and then you can see that it's like kind of like shadowy, right? Which is like very cool. All right, but you can see that I can like do this over this because the shadow's over the picture when it's not meant to be. You kind of like pick up these like small things as you're going. Like I didn't even notice that the shadow layer was like over. Let me go down. Okay, there we go. Now it's just gonna be like complete. Oh no, oops, color change to white. So you can see it's like shadowy. Yeah, obviously this I'm not making the shadow perfect. I'm just demonstrating. So yeah. Okay. And then you want to put the shadow under the cup. Also, guys, please please like create something else. I'm gonna talk about something like later, but don't create what I'm making right now. Okay, so add an additional picture. So basically what you want to do is that you will also want to add an additional layer, and you want to add mangoes. Yeah, right. Convert. Oh no. Okay, now we want the mangoes. Maybe you want to move it back. I need to lock the mango smoothie in place. You can also lock the smoothie so like I can't move it anymore. However, I can move the gradient because I didn't lock that. So I'm just gonna lock that too. I'm just gonna press all the locks because I don't want to change a single thing about it. Hold on, let me actually reposition that. Okay, so we're gonna do small smoothie. I mean small mango. And we're gonna do that. And we want to scale it up. So over here. And we want to rotate it. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to do that. Okay. And Okay, GIMP sometimes acts up, unfortunately, and for some reason the small mango is over the smoothie, and I'm not very sure why. Oh, there we go. You just had to, I just had to redo it. I don't know. Sometimes there's like a few glitches with GIMP, but like, don't panic. Okay, and then, okay, and then we want to add another picture. So we're gonna do mango again. We're gonna get mango pieces. And then we want to move the mango pieces. Oh, I forgot to lock it. I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna lock small mango. Oh, geez. Okay. We'll move that there. And then we're gonna move back to mango smoothie. Yeah, okay, so now we want slices of mango. So what we want to do is we want to scale, not rotate, we want to scale it up. I'm gonna press and we're gonna scale it up. And then this is basically like, I'm literally gonna isolate these mango. I'm literally just gonna isolate the mango pieces and I need to hit enter. Anyways, so basically, add another image. Okay, so what you want to do is that you want to select this piece, and then you want to select, and then you want to press float, because it creates like a new floating layer, right? So it's going to be, this piece of mango is going to be on a little layer by itself. So we're going to do that, and then now I can just like literally like isolate it and do whatever I want with that. And I'm just going to leave it here. And we're going to do the same thing with this piece of mango. We're gonna go to slices of mango and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna press select and then float. And then again, we're isolating it by itself. And then we're gonna just like leave it here for now. And then we're just gonna press new layer. And then we're gonna look for slices of mango and completely delete it. See, like renaming these layers is very, very important. And now I'm gonna rename this layer big mango. And then where's small mango? Oh, okay. Small slice mango. Okay. I had like a whole layout set, but for these mangoes, but I can't make it pretty because I need to go and do other stuff now. So basically what I need to do now is I'm gonna add a text. So you're literally just gonna select the thing. It's you're gonna select the text thing, and then it's gonna be like an A, and then you just type, like, press it and then you type in new, right? So we're gonna select it, and then we're gonna make it like huge, and then we're gonna make it this, and this is where you can change the fonts. So I don't want to change the font. I want to leave it at it as is, but I want to make this into white, and I'm gonna press that, and then there we go. Now I have to reselect it, and then now it's white, and then now we're just gonna rotate it because we want to, and then we're gonna move it. Oh, by the way, when you create what's it called again? When you create text, it becomes on like a new layer by itself. But yeah. And then now what we want to do is that we want to use the path tool. So what we're gonna do is that we are going to use select and then okay. So now we're gonna press path tool, and then we're gonna press paths. And then for paths, what you want to do is that you want to like, you literally just make like a little path. And then I'm gonna add like little strokes next to the new. So you want to like press, you want to create your like your little path, and you want to press stroke path. And then you want to do stroke with paint or tool or stroke line, like you can experiment and see. And then I accidentally made it black. So now I have to go back. Okay, it's fine. you have to select the color that you want first. And so I just want it to be white. So I'm gonna make stroke path again, and then we're gonna do white. And then you just press that. You just press escape so that it stops being a path, but I'm not very sure why that's. Just press something else, I guess, if escape isn't working. One of the tools, and then you're just gonna keep like doing that. Make it like that, and then stroke path, and then oh yeah, there. Okay, there we go. And then like, no. Yeah, you get the gist of it. I was gonna make like 6 of these, but no time. Anyways, so what you want to do is that you want to do curved lines. Okay, so you want to add new text, and you're gonna type in. I'm gonna type in. Gonna always fresh, and then you want to select all of that, and then obviously like increase it. So like 400. You want to make it thicker. Where's the A? Oh, the A is not there. Oh no. That. Okay. And now we're gonna move it up. New, not the mango smoothie. This is very important to lock things. Anyways. We're gonna select this, and then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna use the path. We're gonna put a path because we want to curve the text instead of making it like flat. We're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna do. And then you put 2 points towards the very like the 2 opposite ends of the text, and then you're gonna see like a line that comes between them, and then you're gonna curve it, and then you're gonna see that, and then you want to right click the layer, and then you want it to text to path, and then select the move tool. Wait, why did that not work? Guys, I'm panicking because I only have like 9 minutes left. I've been talking too much. Okay, and then text a long path, my bad, sorry. And then you're gonna press the selection tool, and then you can see that it like did whatever it did, like it did that. And then you wanna create, you wanna create a new layer, text thingy. And then you wanna press paths, and then you wanna do, you want to do fill path, and then you just want to do solid color. And then you see that the path that was just there, how it went from invisible to white, you literally just filled the path because the text that you made was already a path. And then you're going to go back to layers, and then you're just going to hide the original thing. And then here you have your fresh, you're always fresh. And it looks so anyways, yeah. And then for now, okay, so for distortion, you can distort whatever it is. So what you want to do is you can distort text, images. Oh my god, I have such little time. I'm gonna type in mango, but we're almost done. Mango smoothies, and then we're just gonna increase that by like 400 as well. Guys, I'm so sorry if this looks really bad. This was meant to look like very cute and quainty. It was meant to look better. Better. I'm not cut out to use big words. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna move this here. I typed the smoothies wrong. Bro, typos. Smoothies. Okay, I don't know why. There we go. Okay. This is such a bots thing. It doesn't matter. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to just select this. So we're going to see the mango smoothies over here, and we want to move the layer up, like completely up, because I want it to be above the mango smoothie itself. And then we're going to right click, and then where's layer to image size? And then we want to press filters. Right now I'm going to distort this thing, and then we're going to press, where's lens to distortion, lens distortion. Okay, and then we're just gonna press, okay. and then it's meant to distort it. I'm not sure why I'm like panicking, so I don't know if I'm missing any steps or not, but you guys can see like the thing itself. Okay, I don't know why it's not distorting. That is really weird. Okay, anyways, guys, I'm just panicking so much. I'm so sorry. Anyways, so there's also, you can change the perspective of things. I'm just gonna change the perspective. Oh, wait, it did distort. It did distort. Hold on. I didn't notice it. It did distort. I'm so sorry. I only have 5 minutes left. Okay, so it did distort. So much is happening right now. Anyways, Kim, please work with me. Okay, I'm gonna add a new layer because it's being really weird. I'm just gonna, whatever, text the perspective. Just ignore that layer group, I accidentally made it. Hello? Okay, I'm not sure what GIMP is doing right now, but it's not. You know what? It's okay. I'm just gonna create a new thing anyways. Okay, cool, black. We're just gonna do that. And then we're gonna type in, I don't know, mochi, because that's the only thing that comes up in my head. Anyways, we're just gonna make that 400, right? Okay, and then we are going to do perspective. Oh no, we're gonna type in, I have jammed keys for some reason. So, okay, there we go, perspective. And then we're going to literally just select this. And then you can like select the ends of it and you can change the perspective of it. So we can make it look like it's like going like that or that or whatever it is. It's literally like a whole thing by itself. You just type in hashtag perspective. Just type in perspective. And yeah. That's it, guys. I panicked so much because I finished in, there was only 3 minutes left. Anyways, I hope that you guys had fun with this tutorial. It's a bit of a mess, my bad. I don't want to save any of that because that's a disaster. But basically now I'm gonna be discussing with you just the poster design contest. And basically what the poster design thing is so basically I said, or I thought of, since I was creating an advertisement for mango smoothies, I was like, okay, maybe you guys can like create an advertisement for, I don't know, products, whatever it is. And the winner is going to get 120 ringgits. And then you can see the everything you need to see over here on the poster submission. So here's the email, the Instagram, and then the winner announcement is going to be on the 26th, and then the latest you can submit by is the 24th. So basically, I just wanted to cover some examples with you. So here's, you can like make, I don't know, advertisements for like burgers, perfume, smoothies, shoes, fruits, whatever it is. And then you could like do something like that. Like with everything that you were like quote unquote taught, this is really easy to make. Here you could use the path tool, just find the individual images, distort it, very simple to make. You could, this is also simple to make with the tools that I taught, very simple to make with the tools I taught as well. That was loud, I don't know what that was. Anyways, yeah, like you get the gist of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be passing over the this to my teammates. So yeah, good luck with the presentation, you guys. I'm so sorry I was panicking.
It's okay. You can also find all this information regarding the contest on our social media platform, which link has been shared to you in the meeting chat. I think my teammate will share it in a while. And for further inquiries, please do not hesitate to DM us. Also, please retain in the WhatsApp group we have created for you as we will be sending you to this recording there. Now, you can find another link to a feedback form in the meeting chat. And we will really appreciate it if you can take 2 minutes out of your precious time to fill this form up and help us acknowledge how we can improve further. We are giving you 5 minutes to fill this form up.
If you guys have any questions, you can, I don't know, like unmute and ask. Also, guys, GIMP is only available on computer. It's not available on like iPad or iOS or Android, as far as I know. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, like let me know. It's okay. I'm gonna scroll through the chat right now. I'm gonna see if you guys have any questions while you guys fill in the thingy. Johnny, you know the / key. It's a key on your keyboard. If you look for it and you just press it, you're gonna get the search thing. How do we use the search action function again? You just press. Well, I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. You just do the thing. Also, I'm trying to set a picture as my background, but it just covers my whole background. What do I do? You're trying to set a picture as your background and it's covering your background. So maybe the picture is your background, but what you need to do is just make a whole new layer to put pictures in. Leave the background as is, just leave it. Still scrolling, so sorry, my bad, guys. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you have any questions, just ask. I'll always be here to help. Thank you, Johnny. Aw, you guys are so nice in the comments. Wait, hold on. I don't know how to say your name, but Yiren? Am I saying it right? You just press the / key and that's how you do the search function. Yeah. Does anyone have any more questions? Yeah, like this key, I'm sending it now. Just look for it on your laptop. Yeah. That one, yeah, perfect. You just press it, but and then GIMP should automatically get the search feature up. Yeah.
Okay, so we are giving you 5 minutes to fill this feedback form, which you can find in the meeting chat. Please do fill this up.
Guys, I was wondering if you had any more questions. Do you have a question about the, it's not really an assignment, it's a competition. Oh, I'm gonna send the document now in the chat of the stuff that I had for GIMP. So give me 1 second to download it. And then I will send it. And then I'll also send like the examples that I made, but you could straight up just type in like advertisements, perfume or whatever object it is you're making. Please join. Download a PDF. Guys, please don't forget to fill the feedback form. I think it's in the chat. Samira, is it in the chat?
Yes, the
Oh, yeah,
link is in the meeting chat.
Yeah. Also Rebecca sent it, so please just check the chat. Yeah. And then, example. Is there any topic set for the competition? Okay. So yes, there is a set topic. Basically the topic is create an advertisement of a product, like any product you want. So it could be a phone, a burger, juice, anything really that you want, smoothie. And then, yeah, but make sure that you use the tools that I mentioned. If you check in the GIMP PDF, the majority of the tools that I mentioned are, actually no, all the tools I mentioned are there. And I also kind of have like very basic steps of what I did to create the mango smoothie thing, but that kind of flopped, so my bad. But you kind of like have an idea of how to use stuff. So yeah. Do you have any more questions? Are we not allowed to use other tools? No, you can use other tools. Like go ahead and use it, but make sure that you use a majority of the tools that I mentioned. So the move tool, selection path. Yeah, I will be the one that's gonna judge the posters because I was the one that taught the course. Haha. And I think I might have like a rough idea of what tools you're using. So but yeah, you could Google other tools. However, if you guys follow a tutorial for a poster, I will know. I will know. Because I was like a tutorial on YouTube, because I actually looked up tutorials to get an idea. And one of the posters I created was actually a tutorial, but I kind of edited it around a little bit. So don't do that because I will catch you guys and then I'll be like, they're not using the tools that they learned. They're doing something else. So yeah, I did my research. Oh yeah, guys, I don't know if you checked the chat or not, but basically we're gonna have a photo session right after the Q&A session. So turn on your cameras if you want. Yeah. Does anyone have any other questions? I don't know if I'm talking too much or not. Are you guys filling the feedback form? I hope you are. Okay.
Okay, guys, so we are going to take a photo station, photography station. So can you please turn your cameras on? Hi.
Look, why am I so wide? Like, am I wide for you guys?
No,
No, I'm not wide, but like I'm super wide on my camera. Like I can't even see my face correctly.
no, it's okay.
Yeah,
We
I'm
can see it
okay.
perfectly.
Yeah.
We can see it perfectly.
Cool.
It's completely fine, Shai.
Let's go, Johnny.
Where'd you?
Okay, so it's done. Now that we are at the end of this session, you can leave this meeting. Hopefully we will see you at the next event. Stay safe and take care. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.